let me tell you, the next speaker we have, guys, has a beautiful 8-year-old son named Lincoln, and I have a grandson named Lincoln. So we always talk about our Lincolns together. And he's become a good buddy for a long time. But I just found out today, watch out tonight, before he got into real estate, he was a semi-pro card player. And he's been in the World Series of Poker, all that kind of stuff for you guys. If you want to play with him later tonight, let's hear it up for, come on, Adam Bailey! Woo! My man.
What's going on in the world today? What's up, Cabo? Man, I feel good. I think we're going to burn through the most amount of slides in history. I submitted my slide deck. For some reason, we can't download the pared down version on the network. But if you guys can, text this number, One Big Fire here. I'm going to deliver 26 documents to you guys. I'm going to give you a snapshot of how we drive revenue and what we've been able to do. So you can see, basically, okay, I don't know what a back button is. Do we have a back button? Red button, okay. Boom. We good? You good? Move? Okay, right here. Take a picture of it. All right, guys, One Big Fire, 26 documents will get delivered to you. So how do you win your unfair share of revenue share production? The key word is production. And for me, it's been stacking the deck in my favor. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what we've been able to do and how hopefully you can stack the deck in your favor. When I came here 5 years ago, we were 11th in the nation, closing over 1,000 houses a year as an independent firm. I ended up selling my equity in exchange for my non-compete, non-solicit, and all that stuff. Bought down where at least the 3 years, the 1 year where I couldn't work in Kansas or Missouri for about $385,000. And so here's my 8-year-old son hanging out at the lake house with my dad. I love him, that Gene was talking about. And then, I started this group called Top Agent Experts, where really it's just a community where we can learn together, critically think together, and without a doubt, through financial alignment, we're creating mega results and where we can go further, faster with more like-minded agents. And so this was the very first person that hit the join button with me. And I didn't know if I was making a huge mistake or if I like Gene and Brent knew exactly what they were talking about. And so Clarence hit the join button with me, and then within 90 days, we had 90 agents. It took 8 years to build an independent brokerage from 5 agents to 90 that I was a part of when I came in. But this is kind of what the winter felt like, right, guys? We're like beat up, and it's tough winter. It's like just trying to get to spring, and that's what I was telling a lot of people I ran into, and everybody's like, how's it going? It's like, man, it's been going. We've been really like beat up, and it's like, for sure. But it's like we can throw in the towel and we can give up or we can keep going. We're already in pain. We've already been through the toughest part of the shift. So it's like you might as well get a reward for it. And here's the numbers with at least the revenue share that I was paid on in this last year. It's amazing what we've been able to do. And I'm going to show you guys how to really grow and scale your real estate business in any market. I got into real estate making $300 a week, $300 a week in a down market with this guy right here, Mike Gerbic. You can give him a round of applause if you guys know him. That guy changed my life. He was a listing business when I joined him. The number one team in Kansas at the time. When I came on in 2009, 2010, we started building the call center 2011, 2012. We took off. I started telling everybody on the internet we're going to close 1,000 houses a year. Everybody's like, who is this crazy kid? We hit it. He was crazy enough to turn his brokerage over to me. 2014, 2015, we started opening expansion offices. Then ran into EXP and joined 2018. For me, I want to be able to do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it, with whomever I want to do it with. And I really hung on to that when I went to a Tony Robbins conference that Mike took me to. I thought I was going to a business conference, learn about real estate, and then he has me celebrating, jumping, walking across fire, all this stuff. I'm like, no, where's the real estate stuff at? But really, after being able to build a life by design, and I thought I could just checklist my way to success, like many times, like just what do I need to do to get to point A to point B? I didn't understand that there's a developmental side to growth, right? And so what I've been able to do over the years is make key decisions that have breakthroughs for me. This was 14 months ago in Puerto Rico at a mastermind. And I'm sitting here, and it's like I might have a little under 2,000 agents, and it's like I'm listening to corporate, I'm listening to Brent, I'm listening to all these people, and it's like, man, like I got to level up if I'm going to follow my sponsor, Jeff Willems. And Michael Reese took this picture of me when I was having lunch with him, and this was the last day that I drank. My dad was, yeah. My dad was in the hospital for COVID, and then right before I left, they said he might not make it, and I was like, he's fine a couple of days ago. My dad passed away within 30 days again, COVID, healthy, everything perfectly fine, all of that stuff. And, you know, before that, I got a DUI, I had some other stuff happen, and then just when we get to these events, like my group is growing, everybody wants to buy me shots, and I got like that all or nothing mentality, you know, it's like all in or all out. And so it's like, man, if something's like hindering me, and then my dad was like mentioning it to me, it's like, if you got a tell or you got something that's like not +1 in your life and maybe holding you back from hitting your goals indirectly, it's like, I made the decision because of what my dad said. And I was like, I'm gonna do this for X amount of time. Then I got to that time and I was like, it's something bigger than that. For me, at least it was. And so I had to fight back, you know what I mean? I couldn't negotiate with myself. And even Jeff Willems, my sponsor, he's like, are you gonna be able to not drink during COVID? Are you still not drinking? When you make a commitment, that's the day your life changes. And I was like, I'm committed right now to not drinking. I'm committed to my goals. My goals are bigger than drinking. My relationships are bigger than not drinking. And it's like, I had to shoot back, you know, I had to take it personal. And it's like, what do you need to do to get your fire burning again? And I don't know what that is. What is it? Because I will tell you this, it's easier to keep a fire going than to let that fire go out. And for me, I'm calling it 2.0 for myself because I've had to upgrade myself. I've got big results from making $300 a week to selling 24 houses my first year, to becoming a team leader, to taking over a brokerage, to taking over the expansion piece of it, to starting a coaching company, all of that stuff. But where I'm at, what got me here today was the old Adam. What's going to get me to 5,000 agents? What's going to get me to 10,000 agents? I'm growing in Canada. I have big goals. Isn't me today, and I'm going to have to keep developing myself. And so I could blame it on a lot of different things. I could blame it on, my dad passing away. I could blame it on, I went through a divorce since I've joined here after 20 years. I lost my operation manager, died within 30 days too, just like a couple of years ago. And he was a very big piece of my business. I could blame it on all that stuff. Right? And it's like, no, whenever I'm frustrated or things aren't going my way, I haven't learned something. I need to get better, right? I need to do the inner work. Nobody can have influence over me or master me if I've like already mastered myself. And so over the last year, I made it personal, at least between me and me, to become Bailey 2.0, right? And I'm building my empire. Who wants to build their empire? Okay. All right, so a lot of it has to do with production. So I'm going to skip through, and you guys got a lot of documents, so we're going to burn through a lot of slides fast. But how to expand your business with these proven systems that's allowed us to close 20 to 30 homes week in, week out without fail since 2014. And I don't know if you're an entrepreneur, the owner in your business. I don't know if you're a manager. I don't know if you're the technician, a new agent. So hopefully I'm going to bring a little bit of value to each one of these categories. But you can't do anything without leads. You can't do anything without listings. So you have to set up a campaign that's going to create leads, and hopefully it's listing leads consistently, okay? Well, where are the listing leads at? I don't know if you have a big budget, little budget. It's to start with like expired, FSBOs, things like that. I would work in and incorporate the offline strategy. Everybody's got away from the offline strategy in the written word. And I think if you could have the 1-2 punch with that, you're going to, versus somebody just dialing and say, hey, did you receive any of my literature outlining my aggressive marketing plan? I keep seeing a postcard, I throw it away, or you're sitting on the counter. At least positions you from a place of authority when you get a hold of them. We just heard a lot of agents are getting out of the business, right? Well, there's going to be a lot of agents that's still in the business that aren't going to be listing homes accordingly for where the market's at. And so this is going to be a big pillar this coming year. And so I would start there. And, thanks.io, I would write that down. And it's a company that I'm using in terms of some of the AI stuff with the handwritten postcards, and then how you can systematically automate a lot of that stuff where it's easy for you. The business, Google My Business, 56% of business owners have not claimed their profile yet. And I don't know if you guys have got this set up or not, but how many would love to get listing leads, calling them, come list my house? I would build your profile out with this and this number right here, where 24% of people that land on that page end up calling the business owner. Okay, and so being able to post on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, all these other places, I would prioritize Google above all of them right now. And I would start posting videos on your TikTok page. I'd start leaving reviews. I would start spending a majority of my social time through your Google My Business page and start ranking a little bit higher. It's free, it's organic, and if 27% of people are calling that land on that page, and it's about buying or selling real estate, I definitely would focus a little more on that. It's like the new frontier. Being able to take your KB core account and not just market the IDX feed in the simple landing page, but create more landing pages. You're gonna have to get more leads and create a bigger net just to talk to more people to sift and sort. We know deals are down, right? It's like, okay, so we're gonna have to make the net wider. And there's tons of different ways that you could go and door knock. You could do cold calling, but I want just pick one, become an expert. What is a niche? For me, I got a guy that was my old broker, and he's focused on senior citizens. And we built a program around that and coined a phrase, and he's killing it even with the postcards and the tracking with the QR codes and all that stuff. But, he's focused on one thing. And so whatever that one niche is, go deep in it. Become the expert. Become that trusted advisor. And then add the next one in, right? Because sometimes we got to take a step back, and less is more. But being able to prospect, sell, and negotiate, this is just the time we're in. And so it's we're a prospecting-based business that's enhanced by marketing. And being able to create these optimized landing pages, it's you could create leads all day long, but what is leads? Nothing. We're going to have to pick up the phone and call these people, build relationships, and go through a cash conversion cycle with them. And then being able to create invisible funnels. And so invisible landing pages, invisible funnels are your messenger. When people communicate with you through your business messaging, your personal, it's you can start zapping them in to your CRM through ManyChat and through a Zap. And so it's if you don't have money to generate leads, you don't have money to buy leads, whatever. Here's some referral sites. I'd take a picture of it where you can start to generate leads pay for play. All right. We give a lot of these out to people in our network that can't afford leads or whatever. So this can get at least a cash conversion at least started, right? And then when you can learn how to generate these leads on your own, you're not going to have to pay the referral fee. One of my partners, he has his loan officers pay him to prospect and set agents for his loan officers sets appointments for agents. And I was like, hold on, your loan officers pay you to set appointments and you hold them accountable? And he's like, yeah. And so being able to get co-marketing deals done with lenders to help drive down costs, even though, hopefully if Success Lending is in your area or wherever, they're at with that, I would start using them as well. But if you're generating leads, whether it's with your ISAs, carrying costs with your pay-per-click advertising budget, inside of that folder is a RESPA approved. I've been through a lot of compliance departments, got approved, I don't know, probably 15 major times. And so I can show you how to get that done. And there's other third-party companies out there like OpCity, and this company will show what they coach us on how to hack the algorithm, because there's an algorithm and people are like, OpCity leads suck even though they're free, whatever. It's you just haven't mastered the algorithm to stay top of the algorithm to be able to get the good leads. And so there's companies out there that you can pay for success, you can pay for leads now, all of that fun stuff. And being able to have an ISA department, inside sales team, once you start generating all these leads to help you consistently kick out 16 appointments a day or whatever, that's what you need to focus on is inside sales, right? before the market shift happened, people would come in the top of the funnel. It's like, you ready to go see houses? Boom, you're out in the field writing 20 offers, right? Or whoever can upload the listing for the most amount of money got the listing. Now we have to build real relationships, get them to the middle of the funnel, get them to the bottom of the funnel, and go through that cash conversion cycle of that 6 to 18 month mark. And so inside sales and data management is important, but then if we're just gonna hammer the phone, we know that contact rates are going down every single year, right? You guys don't answer your phone from random numbers calling you, or say, I don't know, or spam, right? And so being able to sell digitally through video and other memes is important. And having a program like this set up, this is what we're coaching. Right now, they're live in our group in Top Agent Experts, showing people how to set up a past client raving fans program. Seeing Michael Mayer here, and it's like really taking the 7 levels of communication and building out a predictable model where you can have repeat and referrals coming in off like your top 150 people that know you, like you, and trust you, right? And you're right, and you're throwing parties for them. You're investing in them, right? And on average, you know, where we took this program and built it, a lot of teams, a lot of top agents are using it, and on average, generating leads for $180 a pop. So if your mom was able to give you a referral, like how many times would you pay for that $180 or $1.80? It's like a bunch, right? And so I have a buddy who does about 400 units a year. All he does is run a program like this. Doesn't pay for leads, doesn't run a big database management. With new incoming stuff, he just manages and loves on the database of past client and referral business. Now, also live chat is huge, but a lot of people want to set up live chat with a bot. And it's like, for us in 2016, live chat become the #1 behind radio, the #1 appointment source for us. You want to be able to make your website sticky and communicate with them with humor, like take on what Wendy's was doing or whatever, because most people, like, they think it's a bot, it's automated or whatever. And we would run live chat for 12 hours a day in our ISA department. And our partners and people that we show them how to get set up with this, they kill it with that. And so become a resource on your website. Because lead conversion is a big issue in this game. And you can see right here, most companies aren't satisfied with their conversion numbers. And it's like, leads are horrible or leads are bad. They're created differently. And it's like, we can go to the internet and start generating a bunch of leads right now, but the quality of them is going to be like lower than, you know, maybe a marketing campaign or some of our branding or our SOI, we call it our RAMS program or something like that. And so just understanding the quality of how to build those out is really going to differentiate yourself in terms of like understanding that cash conversion cycle to show other people that same exact thing. Like we were converting leads that were 4 years old, 3 years old. Like who follows up with leads that are 3 years old? And it's like, but we understand, and we were building out the to-dos, we were building out profiles. We had a strategic follow-up with them. And this was me and about 25, 26 other people, Michael Valdez right here. And so I got to experience this stuff, and it was because I focused on the things like that, the lead conversion, the production side of it, the details inside the databases, to be able to create leverage to buy time back for myself. And you know, being able to create experiential learning in the call center to be able to train these people, this is what we were able to do. And so we would have people sink in, you know, hundreds of people throughout the week would sink in on these times and listen to us make live calls. The #1 important stat on this sheet is valid conversation to appointment. That's all you need to focus on. You scale that number, you're going to be good. Valid conversation to appointments. And you can see if your marketing is good or not. Not whether you thought the conversation went good or not, but it's like if the marketing's working, if that name matches that number to the profile, right? Because you want to be able to depend on systems, not manage people, and let the systems manage the people. And there's 4 different ISA structures that you guys can run, and I'll be more than happy to talk about this stuff offline. With the buyer agents to be able to have a jumpstart program, and then the 12 to 15 metrics it takes to have a successful buyer agent producing at a high level, 90-day program, the recognition piece to it. Because you're not building a business, you're not building systems. What you're doing is developing people to build the systems, to run the systems. Because you can't scale a hero, and I learned that really quick. And this is really what Gerbic built here, Assembly Line Real Estate. He's a top teams lead coach. Dude changed my life without a doubt. And, you know, that was what he was running. And he taught me, he's like, we're in marketing. We're not in real estate. Real estate's just a vehicle in terms of how we make our money. So you want to start creating programs, differentiate yourself with real value, package it inside of your presentations, your addendums, everything. The consistency to that and being able to show your partners all of this stuff, an 89-point marketing program, cancel anytime listing agreement, fire me at any time. Like, you package all this stuff and then start running it and teaching it inside of workshops and things like that. It has to become an attraction pillar for you, all right? Not just telling, but doing. The execution piece to it is so important. The value. Seeing, doing, currently, show and tell. Like this, that's been a huge piece for our attraction because we've already done it. We've learned, we've banked. We can show other people how to do it, okay? And everything's a handout except generating wealth. Like it is, right? So when you start talking about how am I going to make $1 million? How am I going to build my rev share? It all starts with a personal development and being able to take the things that you don't like about yourself and incorporate them into your life. It's not more positive thinking. It's not more production. I've had to take things that I didn't like about myself or feedback that I was getting from other people, i.e. drinking was one of them or certain things, and cut it out if I want to become whoever I want to become next, right? And those were big things. And so I'm out of time here, and I got more slides, but I'm just going to leave it here.